This video is for securing Linux desktop basics part 2. We'll be going over how to secure your Linux desktop computer by checking the ports and services on your computer. The operating system that we'll be using for this Linux secure basics will be Ubuntu 10.04 desktop LTS. So let us begin. In my previous video, I showed you how to check on the ports on your computer by using the netstat command. The next way I'd like to show you how to check your ports is through a port scanner. The best or one of the most well-known port scanners is Nmap. Of course, Nmap does more than just port scan, but it's a good tool for checking your ports and checking to see who's all using your or on your local LAN. So let's start by checking your ports. And to use Nmap, you're going to need to have root privileges. For Linux Ubuntu users, you'll use the sudo command before you can use any command with Nmap. So it'll be sudo space nmap space minus s small s and then large S, then minus small s large V, and then your IP address, which for me is 192.168.1.16. And this will go ahead and run a port scan to see which ports and services are open on this computer. And so you just press enter. Nmap will go ahead and do its scan. And as you can see, after running this command for Nmap, I have these two services open. Port 22 for SSH and port 80 for my web server. And then the service that it looked for to see whether or not which operating system is running is Linux. So it looks like Nmap picked up all the services and operating systems that are running on this. Now to see who else is running off of your local LAN, you can do this by scanning through their ports if their ports are open or closed. You do use Nmap again, and you just do a sudo space nmap space minus small s large p and then the IP address 192.168.1. In order to do this, you'll need to scan the IP address of your router or your default gateway, which will be usually starts with a 0.1, or it might be a 0.1 or a 0.2 or what have you. And then you start from here, and then you can do a -255. That way it'll go ahead and scan all of the local clients on your local LAN, and it'll tell you which clients are up and online and tell you who's on your local area network. Another way of doing that is that you choose 192.168.1.0/24, and that will go ahead and also scan your local network, all of your local network for your subnet, the whole subnet, so that you can see who is using your LAN or is on your LAN. You can use this in case you think that somebody's on there who's unauthorized or shouldn't be on there. And then you just press enter, and it'll go through its scan. Alright, and as you can see, it shows here that we have 4 hosts. I wasn't trying to choose that. So we got the first host, which is the router, and we have host number 2, 3, we got So we have 4 hosts on this that's using this local LAN right now, including myself, which is off of .16, off of .16. Okay, so that's how you can tell how many other people are on your LAN. That also depends on whether or not the person that you're trying to scan for has their ICMP open and set for pings. Other than that, let's see. The next thing that you might want to do is you'll want to check your processes or services. Services use the logical ports to get online or to go out through the computer onto your network, whether it be a local network or the wide area network, which is such as the internet. And the processes usually work in the background. Processes and services, that's the same thing. Processes, services, and daemons. Different operating systems call them different things. And in this case, the services and processes that are working in the background is port 22 for OpenSSH. We'll go back up here. And that's one service that's working, and the other one is port 80, which is off of my web server. Now they're not configured because I just downloaded them and installed them for the purposes of this video only. But those are the services that are working. Now, if you want to check those services other than using nmap, again, you can use the ps command for processes. And you do that, let's just clear the screen, and then you type in ps space -aux will be the flag that you use. And then I'll just put in a pipe. Once I learn how to type. And then LESS for less, so that you can see it one page at a time. Then press enter. And as you can see all your processes that are running there. And if you scroll through them, eventually you'll see one for Apache somewhere. Oh, there we go. There's 3 for Apache right there, or 4 right there. That you can see your processes which are running, and you'll see the process IDs, which are these numbers right here. And the reason why you might want to do that is in case you find a process or a service is up that you did not want or you did not choose. You go ahead and look through them, and then you can go ahead and delete or get rid of them, turn the services off. Now, the way you do that in Linux, a quick way of doing that, if you already know the service name but you don't know the process ID, you would do a ps -aux, and then a pipe again, and this time we're going to use the grep command to look for it, and then just do an Apache 2, enter, and again you'll see the 4 services that are running. And just as an experiment, I'm going to show you how you can go ahead. One of the ways you can go ahead and turn off the processes. You can just use the kill command in Linux, and that's KILL, and then either -9 or -15, and then the process ID, which will do the first one up top, which is 5194. And so we just, do a 5194. Fat finger there. You can do all of them if you wanted to. Just do them one at a or you can do them one at a time or all at once. Do a 52 space 52 53 space 5366. Press enter. In order to shut down these processes, it looks like you need to have root rights. So just press in sudo, enter. Okay, let's just clear that. processes we have up now. Okay, and as you can see, you have one process left. Alright, another way of turning off the processes is to use the service command or the inetd command. And all that is and you'll need root rights to do this. So for Unix, for Linux Ubuntu users, you just do a sudo space, service, and then the application, which is Apache number 2, and then stopping the web server. And so it's stopped. The other way you do it is just you do an etc space init.d space and then Apache 2 space and then stop. But since it's already stopped, we won't run that command. Those are the two commands that you can use for stopping and starting the services. And then once again, if you want to check and see if that service is running, you just go back and do the ps command. Let's see if that's alright, let's do a kill space minus and 9 52 51. Let's see what happens. Oh, gotta use the sudo command. And all of the Apache services are done, and they have all been shut down. Alright, so the last thing I want to go ahead and show you is you also want to check and see which services and processes are in your startup script or startup menu if you're talking about Windows. And what this is a set of scripts. It doesn't matter which operating system, but each operating system has a set of scripts that it has for starting up different processes and services so that it can run when your computer starts up and boots up when the user first turns it on. For Linux, I have the application known as BUM, which is an acronym for Boot Up Manager. And then to go ahead and access that from here, you just go to System, Administration, and then Boot Up Manager. You left click on that, it will prompt you for your password. It'll load up here and you'll see all of your services that are running. Services, processes, and daemons. It all means the same thing. It just may be called something different depending on which operating system you have. Use whatever application that you can download for that operating system so that you can look for your processes. Doesn't matter which, you just need some way of looking at your processes and services and seeing which one is boots up when your machine boots up. For me, I use Boot Up Manager, and I can go down the list here and I can check which ones I want to start with my operating system at boot up time and which ones I do not want to start with my operating system. Check for yes that you want it to start up, and then uncheck it if you don't want it to start up. And that's it. That's the end of this series for securing Linux desktop basics part 2. I hope you learned something, and I hope this helped you out. This is not a know-all and do-all. It's not written in stone, but these are just things that you can use to help harden and help more secure your Linux desktop computer against hackers, malware, viruses, and pop-ups. Like I say, it's not written in stone, and you don't need to do it in any special order. It's just that if you do this, this will make your machine and operating system more secure. So, good luck in securing your Linux desktop. I hope this works for you. Thank you, and you have a good day.